David Jaramillo's heart was filled with excitement as he anticipated a birthday celebration to remember with his beloved family. Alongside his parents, his two energetic younger brothers, and his wise older cousin, the group embarked on a journey to Adventureland in Altoona, Iowa, USA. The theme park's vibrant atmosphere and thrilling rides were the perfect backdrop for the close-knit family to create lasting memories and chase away any hint of sorrow. I've been posting a lot of interesting and informative videos about roller coaster disasters on my channel. If you're interested in learning more about this subject, please subscribe to my channel. The day unfurled like a tapestry of memories as David and his family ventured through the park, laughing and experiencing the thrill of the rides. The sun shone bright and the atmosphere was one of pure joy. But as the day progressed, a dark cloud loomed on the horizon, threatening to shatter the idyllic scene, an event that would prove to be both unimaginable and painful, a tragedy that could have been averted, and one that felt so unjust for a family that held each other so dear. Adventureland, a place of wonder and delight, nestled in the heart of Altoona, Iowa, just a stone's throw from Des Moines, was about to witness a moment that would change the Jaramillo family forever. Adventureland, where memories are forged and thrills are had, first opened its gates to the public in 1974, nearly a half-century ago. This verdant wonderland boasts over 100 rides, shows, and attractions, making it more than just a theme park, but a resort in its own right. Nestled within its boundaries, one can find a hotel, a restaurant, and a campground, all providing a complete escape from the ordinary. Adventureland prides itself on being the home to Iowa's best thrills and offers a wide range of rides to suit every taste and age, from the pint-sized to the daredevil. Whether you're seeking a family-friendly ride or a heart-pumping experience, Adventureland has it all. And for water enthusiasts, Adventure Bay, the resort's water park, awaits to cool you off and add an extra splash of excitement to your visit. According to the Adventureland website, safety is at the forefront of all activities within the resort. However, it was the very lack of it that turned David Jaramillo's early birthday celebration into a nightmare for him, his entire family, and the entire community. David, a 15-year-old on the cusp of his 16th birthday, who had dreamt of getting his driver's license, was at the park with his parents, David Jaramillo Sr. and Sabrina, his two younger brothers, Gus, 14, and Michael, 14, and his older cousin, Nyla, 18. The family hails from Marion, a small Iowa city located next to Cedar Rapids. On July 3rd, they were enjoying some of the best rides Adventureland had to offer. After all, the occasion was a significant one, as turning 16 is a milestone that happens once in a lifetime and deserves to be celebrated in grand fashion. The Jaramillo family, enjoying their day at Adventureland, made a fateful decision as the sun began to set. Seeking relief from the July heat, they embarked on the park's Raging River Ride, a river rapids simulator manufactured by Intamin Amusement Rides. But this choice would come at a great cost to the family, despite it being a common attraction at theme parks. The Raging River Ride at Adventureland promised to be a refreshing escape for the Jaramillo family as they sought relief from the summer heat. Utilizing a conveyor belt system, riders are sent through simulated rapids on large circular rafts, and, as luck would have it, the ride had just reopened on July 3rd after being closed in 2020 due to the pandemic. Excited to cool off with their loved ones, David and his family boarded the boat, ready for their next adventure. But little did they know that this ride would prove to be far from the exhilarating experience they were expecting. The Jaramillo family's excitement was abruptly interrupted as the Raging River Ride began to malfunction just 20 seconds in. They could feel something was off. The boat started to take on water and hit the bottom multiple times on the course. And as they reached the end of the rapids, the boat capsized, sending all 6 family members crashing onto the hard surface below, striking their heads in the process. The Jaramillo family's nightmare only continued as they were trapped underwater, their seatbelts keeping them securely fastened as they struggled to escape or prevent the turbulent water from entering their lungs. Parents and children alike frantically thought about saving one another, but their first priority was to save themselves. Nyla, the 18-year-old cousin, managed to unfasten her seatbelt first, but she didn't immediately surface. But the worst was yet to come. As the parents frantically tried to reach their trapped children, they are met with the devastating realization that they were unable to free them. David and Michael were still trapped beneath the weight of the boat, their bodies lifeless in the water. The family's joyful day at Adventureland had turned into a nightmare, with their youngest children taken from them in the most tragic of ways. The memory of that day would forever haunt the Jaramillo family and the community as well. The parents were unable to move the boat on their own after it capsized. Other park guests quickly called 911. However, the loud screams of onlookers made it difficult to communicate. Despite this, an ambulance was dispatched within a minute, but the boys were already trapped and had been for some time. The noise caught the attention of staff members who were preparing a fireworks display. They, along with some other park guests, quickly jumped into the water to assist in rescuing the boys. The boys were unresponsive and required CPR by first responders while they waited for the ambulance. Once it arrived, the boys were quickly taken to the hospital. The other family members sustained minor injuries. However, David and Michael were both in a critical state. On Sunday, July 4th, doctors made the difficult decision to remove 11-year-old Michael Jaramillo from life support as he had no brain function and his organs were failing. Michael's passing was a tragedy to all who knew him, and his parents were deeply affected. Michael was entering 6th grade, and he was a kind, loving boy who enjoyed laughing, playing video games, and volunteering at his local church. That summer, he had even committed to cleaning a local minor league baseball stadium for 12 nights and had kept his promise. Sabrina, Michael's mother, felt that Adventureland had taken her child away from her. The thought of never seeing him grow up was devastating. Michael's funeral was attended by over 100 people, many of whom wore orange, Michael's favorite color, as a tribute. Despite their loss, the Jaramillo family had to be strong, as Gus was dealing with nightmares about water and David was still in the hospital recovering. David's condition was critical, and it was uncertain whether he would survive. He was initially placed in a medically induced coma at Blank Children's Hospital. He had brain function, but spent 2 weeks in and out of a coma. When he first regained consciousness, he was unable to see, speak, or breathe without life support, and had to be fed through an IV. Doctors were hesitant to make definitive statements about David's condition. However, on his birthday, 4 days after the accident, his family gathered around him, brought balloons, and prayed for his recovery. The entire community also prayed for him. David's parents had begun to accept that he may never regain autonomy if he woke up. But they were proven wrong when a month after the accident, David miraculously woke up, ready to go home and asking for pizza or his mother's cooking. He couldn't breathe, walk, see on his own, and was still completely himself. In October, on what would have been Michael's 12th birthday, friends and family gathered at Christian Life Church in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, for a ceremony in his honor. After the tragic accident that resulted in the death of Michael Jaramillo and left his brother David critically injured, the family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Adventureland's then owners. The lawsuit claims that the resort had failed to properly maintain its rides and had continued to operate despite reports of serious issues. An investigation revealed that the raft that the family was on had been temporarily pulled from service for repairs earlier in the day, and that the ride's emergency stop function had failed to drain the water as intended. Furthermore, park security firefighters and police officers had difficulty accessing the scene of the accident as the gate was locked and the emergency vehicles were unable to get close to the site due to fireworks set up. The family and their community struggled with the loss of Michael and the uncertainty of David's recovery. But eventually, David made a miraculous recovery and was able to return home. The investigation into the tragic accident at Adventureland is ongoing, and the lawsuit filed by the Jaramillo family is yet to be resolved. In September 2022, the park's owners responded to the lawsuit, placing the blame on the family for negligence and failing to take appropriate action to mitigate the accident's results. They also pointed to government regulations as a contributing factor to the tragedy. Despite this, the Jaramillo family remained determined to seek justice for the loss of their loved one.